Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. We will pray to you now. You've to make us win somehow. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Batting has to click fast, or else we may finish last.
Hi all, welcome back to Hit Cricket, your source for cricket analysis, commentary, and fun. Today I'm your host, Gnanesh. Joining with me is our favorite analyst, Rahul Karthik. Today we'll be talking about Lucknow Super Giants. Fun team, right? मुस्कुराइए आप लखनऊ में हैं. But yeah, let's get started. So the Lucknow Super Giants were quite active in the IPL 2025 auction. They secured like big names. Like they spent their top buck on Rishabh Pant, about 27 crores. I think he's one of the highest or the highest paid player right now in IPL. In addition to Pant, they also got back their key bowler Avish Khan, and then they got David Miller on their team now, or Killer Miller. And then they got Mitchell Marsh for just 3.4 crores. So let's get started with what I think how they did in the auction. So I think they were a bit too ambitious. I think they were trying to go for all the big players. They were essentially trying to do what Punjab did, I think, Rahul. But they don't have that purse, right? So they ended up just trying to fight with Delhi in the end for Rishabh Pant. So they went, in my opinion, Rishabh Pant was about 20 crores in my thinking, but they went like over 7 crores on him. So, but yeah, Sanjeev Goenka gave an explanation on why they went 27 crores on him, but other than that, uh, they got a lot of good players: Avish Khan, David Miller, Mitchell Marsh. I think they strengthened their bowling department a little bit, and also batting. Yes, they left KL Rahul out in that auction, but then they got Rishabh Pant in the place of KL Rahul. But yeah, overall, I think they had a decent auction. Not too good, not too bad. But so, what do you think your thoughts are about their auction?
Bro, when you introduced me as analyst and didn't include my singing capabilities, I felt a bit left out and sad. So I'll just start with a song to try and change your perspective on that.
Yeah.
Uh, LSG with Justin Langer, but boss is Mr. Goenka. Buying one more keeper batter, oh my Rishu, good luck beta. Openers are non-existent, overseas space also not there. Batters to play out of position, I can't comprehend all of this. All overseas batters. Not many proven quality bowlers. Full of injury concerns all tournament long. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. We will pray to you now. You've to make us win somehow. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Batting has to click fast, or else we may finish last. This is the kind of team they picked, in my opinion. I mean, like, they don't have any solid openers. They didn't focus on picking openers. They just picked Aiden Markram and said, okay, we're going to automatically slot you in. And they didn't consider that opening slot that much. Instead, they just had to pack their middle order with a bunch of left-handers. And they packed such an overseas batting lineup where the bowlers actually never, they didn't really focus on getting any overseas pace bowlers or anything. They're just going to trust a full Indian bowling attack to try and win them games. And I don't think they got much quality spinners either on that Lucknow wicket. So all in all, I think this was a really poor auction for LSG. They bought Rishabh Pant for 27 crores, but we know the relationship between LSG and their Indian wicketkeeper batters, or specifically Sanjeev Goenka sir and the wicketkeeper batters. We saw what happened with Dhoni and KL Rahul in the past. I just am hoping Rishabh Pant comes out safe because this might be a tragedy for him, like on this team, if he also won't be able to win games initially. So yeah, I'm just praying for his sake, and then yeah, they just have to pray God that they can get off the bottom because I see them finishing right at number 10 with this team.
Yeah, great analysis and great singing, Rahul. I'll probably call you singer from now on. But
I
let's
think I
move
missed
on
a
to
beat in one spot, but yeah, that's all.
overall it was great singing. But yeah, let's move on to what you think their potential playing 11 will look like, and then I'll talk about mine.
So the openers, they didn't give a consideration. They didn't care about them, but obviously I care about them. So I have Aiden Markram and Mitchell Marsh opening because they don't have any other options to open the batting, basically. Then I made a. I don't know if this is what they'll go with, but this is where I have Nicholas Pooran coming in at three because that's where he bats for West Indies and in other leagues worldwide. These guys use him as a pure finisher, but he's a way more quality batter than that. So I have Pooran coming at three, Rishabh Pant at four as my wicketkeeper captain. And then I have Ayush Badoni at five just to break up that left-handers lineup. And I have David Miller coming in at six. So I just have Badoni as a bridge so that I have a right-left combination going. And I have Abdul Samad at seven. We've seen him finish a few times for SRH in the past. I don't know if he'll get going in on these Lucknow grounds, but you have a finisher there. I have Shabazz at eight as that all-rounder. He can bowl you spin on those Lucknow wickets and also get you some handy runs later. I have Mohsin Khan at nine. You know, they retained him. I really rate him as a cricketer. I love him. I have Ravi Bishnoi 10, Mayank Yadav 11, and Avesh Khan 12. But if the wicket turns a bit more, I'll have Maniman Siddharth instead of Avesh Khan. So that's the combination I'm going with. So essentially, the issue for me is all these are you have a full overseas batters. Like all four of your overseas are batters, and the only overseas bowler you have in your team is Shamar Joseph, who's very raw with respect to international cricket in general. And we've seen him get spanked in T20 cricket. We've seen Ravi Bishnoi get spanked in T20 cricket. While he picks up wickets, he gets spanked. Mayank Yadav, will he be fit? You don't know. We saw him leave after 4 games. Mohsin Khan has fitness issues. Although I rate him as a player, he has fitness issues. Avesh Khan, we've seen him get spanked as well. And Shahbaz Ahmed, you can't rely on for bowling four overs. Mitchell Marsh, you never know when he'll get injured. So as I mentioned, it's very lot of injury concerns on this team. And while I love that middle order with Pooran, Pant, and Miller, they are destructive. But on that Lucknow pitch where it'll be assistance for bowlers and they're all free flowing batters, will they get going? I don't know about that either. And their bowling just seems weak to me. I, n- can you point to any of these bowlers and tell me they'll give me consistent games in the 14 game tournament stretch? I don't think so. 'Cause Mayank Yadav, I don't know when he'll get injured.
Yeah,
Mohsin Khan, I don't know when he'll get injured. Bishno, I can't rely him to bowl none for 25 and 4 overs. Shahbaz as well, I can't rely him to bowl 4 overs. So I just don't see this bowling lineup being able to defend scores.
yeah, great analysis, Rahul. So I'll talk about my playing 11. I just wanted to get started by saying they got most of SRH players from last year, most meaning like three, four, but key players from SRH. But my playing 11 for them for this upcoming IPL is like opening. I have Mitchell Marsh actually
Yeah,
opening.
I just
And there were talks that Rishabh Pant wanted to open in T20. So I don't know how good like that idea is, but I still didn't put him as opener, but that's a thing thing to consider. But they have this opener called Arshin Kulkarni that they have tried out when KL Rahul was opening for LSG. So I feel like they are going to go with him. That's why I put him as number two on my list. And number three, my favorite player, Aiden Markram. And then four, I have captain wicketkeeper Rishabh Pant. Um, five, I have Pooran. Yes, you talked about them using him as a pure finisher, but then I don't think Aiden Markram can come in as a finisher. But so I Pooran can finish. It's not like he cannot. So that's why I put him at number five and Miller at six. And seven, I have put Abdul Samad. I think he could be a great. Yes, the wickets are slow in Lucknow and all, but he can play. Like I've seen him play good cricket against spin in the domestic cricket. So that's let's see how he plays in these slow pitches and stuff. But number eight, I have Shahbaz Ahmed actually. We've seen how he can also take the game deeper in case all the top wickets fall. And number nine, I have Ravi Bishnoi. I mean, he's the only quality spinner they have, I think. 10, I got Avesh Khan. 11, I got Mayank Yadav. Um, See, Mayank Yadav is a very injury-prone player. He can get injured any time of the season. I would say max he's going to play like 2, 3 games and get injured and stuff. Hopefully he doesn't, but that's how my playing 11 is looking at. And then for impact, depending on the situation, you might get Ayush Badoni or Akash Deep in there if they do want a bowler to bowl.
So do you have Ayush Badoni in your lineup or?
Uh, I consider him as an impact player because he just comes in to hit and stuff, right?
Okay, yeah. So
But
you're
overall, I think they do have a strong middle order, right? I mean, considering the likes of Rishabh Pant, Nicholas Pooran, David Miller, they all can bat deep. So,
that's scary, no doubt about it.
yeah, they do have a good middle order. And when looking at all-rounders, they have Mitchell Marsh and Shabazz and Abdo, but I don't know how trustworthy are Shabazz and Abdo. Shabazz actually does good on these slow wickets and spin wickets, right? We've seen him take 3 wickets in that game against Rajasthan
Rajasthan.
against SRH in that finals or semi-finals. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, thing is, this team looks like a normal distribution curve to me. It starts off flat, then it peaks in the
hmm
middle, and then it goes back flat. That's basically how it is. So for all you stats majors, I hope you get that one because the openers are absolutely like, I mean, Markham and Marsh, oh, like in my team, I'm saying okay, I
yeah.
guess, but it's not like
I
it's
mean,
not.
we've seen Markram open for South Africa. I think he is to open with someone else. For I think QDK or someone in test. I think right. He
Yeah,
opens.
yeah, but I think he plays 3 year opens. I'm not too sure, but the thing is, I feel like they're gonna be 10 for 2 or 8 for 2 like quite a few times because you don't have locked in opening options. So that might be a real issue. Like to downgrade from KL Rahul and Quinton de Kock to this is kind of worrisome, but their
Yeah.
middle order is damn strong. I mean, if you can get them a platform, these guys can absolutely
See,
wreck the bowling
in
attack.
Mitchell Marsh, if he gets going, he is a destructible player. Like he's unstoppable basically. But what do you call that? The key point is, will he get going? We have seen him not get going in past few IPLs. I mean, DC, the team was just bad in my opinion last few years. So he got a lot of chances and he did prove himself here and there, but not he was not consistent.
I mean, these Lucknow pitches, if it's slow and turning, it's gonna be tough for Marsh. He likes
Do
the
you
ball
think
coming onto the bat.
do you think they should play the brand of cricket like aggressive? Let's start hitting. If it goes our way, it goes our way. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You think that's a
And
good idea for them?
I think that's the only way they have a chance because their bowling is just not capable enough to defend those par scores, I think, in my opinion, because like they don't have really good backups on the bench either to replace. They have Akash Deep, who's a
Yeah.
capable replacement for Mayank Yadav. But the issue is if Mayank Yadav and Motion can't go down, they're basically dead to rights. Like
Oh yeah, Motion Khan. I totally forgot about him. Maybe he can slot himself by replacing someone like maybe Shabazz here and there.
yeah, I
Yeah,
have both. I have both Mohsin and Shahbaz in my lineup. I forgot who you had. Did you leave out Mohsin Khan from your lineup?
yeah,
Or?
yeah. I left him out, but maybe he can replace Mayank Yadav in case of injury.
Okay, I think you had Arshan Kulkarni as an extra batter, and I have an extra bowler. That's the only difference. But the thing is, this bowling attack is just if Mayank Yadav is fit, I can back him. Motion Khan, I can back him if he's at his best. Ravi Bishnoi, the issue is the Avesh Khan gives runs. Ravi Bishnoi gives runs. Shabaz and Mitchell Marsh will give runs. So those par scores will just not win you games. You're gonna have to hit above par if they want to win. So I completely agree with you. They just have to go hell for leather, all out with the batting. Just play that aggressive approach like SRH of last year and RCB towards the latter half of the season. Try and put up 200 every game and outmuscle the opposition with the bat because the only ways of Nicholas Pooran, Pant, and Miller can absolutely explode in those middle overs.
I think they built it like they want. I mean, they probably didn't expect this, but they ended up making it like a team that's over relying on like a key player, big names like Rishabh Pant, Pooran, Miller. Like I think they just ended up with that team based on how the
Yeah.
auction went.
Yeah. And I mean, an all India bowling attack is fine, but who on this can you rely on to play 14 games and bank on consistently? Like, there's no. there's no like I mean, if you have a Bumrah, Bhuvi, Shami, that type of player, it's fine. But these guys are all youngsters and injury prone players or expensive players. So like it just doesn't seem like the right combination of bowlers to, contain the run flow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but overall, I think the inexperienced players need to step up. I think that's where their key plan is. They will heavily rely on their inexperienced players, uh, and hope that they take them to playoffs. In my opinion, I think that's how SRH worked for like 2 3 years before last season. Actually, they just decided to throw in anyone they can.
Yeah, the only thing is, yeah, just a very too inexperienced of a bowling attack, and you don't have any foreign pace bowlers to try and shepherd this either. So it might be uh, like if you ask me for a grade for this team, I'd probably give it like a C minus D. I don't see them getting off the bottom of the table, to be honest. It just this team just doesn't inspire me confidence to win more than 5 6 games, especially with this bowling attack, which could, if it gets hit early on and there's some injury concerns, could be a real issue. Assuming the best case that none of them get injured, then I see them having an outside chance at playoffs. But still, I just feel like the only way they're gonna win is if they just go for that aggressive approach and try and hit 200, 220 every game and are okay with getting bowled out cheaply sometimes. That's the only way I see any sort of chance. But if you
I
ask me right now, I see them ending last place.
No, I agree with that. I also would give them like C or C minus in my opinion. And I don't. So I was gonna ask you, did they'll make playoffs? I think you already answered this question.
Chance.
Yeah, same
I'll
here.
be
I don't
surprised
think.
if they get out of 9 and 10, to be honest,
Okay,
because there's
let's see.
way stronger teams than
They've
this.
been qualifying for playoffs since they initiated the team, I think.
Except last year, where we saw that KL Rahul issues
Yeah,
and all
Rahul,
that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. But yeah, that's it for Lucknow Super Giants. You have anything else
You
to
don't
say,
think they're
Rahul?
making playoffs either, or what?
No, I don't think they're making playoffs.
So you've qualified one team, right? CSK?
CSK,
What
yes.
about you weren't there for Punjab? Do you think they're qualifying or what?
Punjab, it depends on Mr. Pointing Point, Project Pointing.
So do you have them qualification, yes or no? Because we need to make track count.
Uh, I, it's really hard. So I'll say I don't think they will qualify.
Okay, so you have CSK. I've qualified no one yet. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see. I mean, but
Uh,
yeah, that's all we have for this episode with LSG. Don't stay disheartened, fans. Every team in the IPL is strong in its own right, and this middle order is really strong. So who knows? They could turn it up, and the bowling could find itself in the season. We're not Nostradamus to predict where people will finish. We're just saying our opinion. We could be completely wrong as well, and do roast us if we are wrong. So yeah, that's all for luck now.
चलो
We'll
लखनऊ फैंस कमेंट्स में बताइए कि हम सही बोल रहे हैं या कुछ गलत.
yeah.
Comment.
Yeah. And then we'll see you next time with another team, another auction review. We'll see if they make the playoffs. Until then, goodbye.
Thank you all. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.